In this video, let's take a closer look at reactive forms in Angular. In reactive forms, much of the code and the logic resides in the component class. This is different from template-driven forms, which is more focused on the HTML template. There is also no two-way binding in reactive forms. Instead, as the name suggests, we need to react to user inputs to update the values. Angular also provides methods to update the form control values from the component class. We will understand this better when we start coding. Reactive forms is well suited for complex scenarios. Now, what are such scenarios? You might want the form fields to be dynamic. For example, I would like to begin a form with a single field to allow the user to enter their phone number, but also give them the option to add additional fields and enter alternate phone numbers. That is dynamic form elements. We might also want custom validation with certain form fields. For example, password and confirm password validation. Now we might also want validation to be dynamic. For instance, if I want to subscribe to updates, I want the email field to be mandatory. If the user doesn't want to subscribe for updates, the email field is optional. So dynamic validation. For these complex scenarios, reactive forms is the perfect choice. Reactive forms also makes it possible to unit test since the logic is in your TypeScript file in the component class. Now all these advantages come at a cost. Reactive forms approach requires more coding and as a beginner is slightly more difficult to understand compared to template-driven forms. Not to worry, that is exactly the reason we have this course on reactive forms. Let's see how we are going to proceed with the rest of the course. We will start off with a brand new project that is generated by the CLI. We will then add the HTML that represents the form we will be working with. Once the HTML is done, we will create a model of our form using the form group and form control classes. We will also see how to manage the form control values. That is followed by the form builder service, which is a simpler way to specify a form model. Once we have the data exchange happening between the template and the class, we will move on to validations. Simple, custom, cross-field, and dynamic validations. We will also see how to add dynamic form controls. And finally, let's wind up reactive forms by submitting the form data to a server. Alright, let's get started with some code in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.